Yes, that is right. Because it's yeah, boy, from across the pond. It is indeed. UK finest Ricky J, bringing you the hottest intakes, bold predictions, and straight up banner. Welcome to Where the Bell Never Stops Ringing. Welcome to the People's Wrestling Podcast. Go ahead, like and subscribe right now. So right off the bat, right from the get-go, right from the first bell, right from the opening bell here, once again going solo dolo. Once again, still haven't found a new co-host. So if you're wanting to become a co-host of the People's Wrestling Podcast, let me know. Drop a comment either right now or later on. And just in time, hello, how are you? We haven't spoke for quite some time. I'm okay. I am in the midst of looking for a new co-host. So Justin, if you want to fit that bill, if you want to fill that space, if you want to be my brand new co-host, let me know if you've got time. I'm not sure if you're on Facebook or not, so I don't know how that would work if we can make that happen. I don't know. But also I am feeling much better than I was last week. Last week, I had a severe cold, really bad chest, stomachache, everything. So this week, just a slight cough and a slight sniffles. That's really all I've got this week. So much better than I was feeling last week. But guys, you let me know how you are, and also let me know, we don't celebrate it here in the UK, but how was your Thanksgiving for those guys in the US that are watching? But let's get into the first segment here, which is of course this one right here. That is right. What's cooking at the table? So what have I been up to? As per usual thing. Oh no. I've been up to a couple of new things. So continue to go into the gym, keeping fit, going on the walking group I go on. The craft session I go to every single week. This week I didn't make it. I should have been prepared here, but I wasn't. There we are. But I will indeed need this for later on. One second. So this week did make a Survivor Series one of these. And yesterday did go to, because we're only 4 weeks away now from the big day. Well, Christmas lights switch on. Plenty of music. For those from the UK, you'll know E17, a big band back in the 80s, back in the 90s. They were there. So, that's cool. For the next town onto me, we actually do fairly well and quite well of who we get every single year. So yeah, I did that. That was cool. Coming up on Sunday, I'm going to a Christmas market, a local Christmas market. So plenty coming up. But guys, you let me know what you guys have been up to, what you got coming up. As we go into the segment number 2 here, And Justin, if you're still here, let me know if you want to become my brand new co-host. And like I said, I'm not sure if you're on Facebook. I don't really know how that would work, but let me know either way, I suppose. As we go into segment number 2, and because the actors are talking, the red carpet is rolled out, the paparazzi have got their cameras out and flashing. It's all about that is right, movie talk. So what three movies I've been watching since the last time I was here, since the last time I was on. Not showing it here, is it? Is it showing it? Technical difficulties, as always, with StreamYard. So the first movie was Playdates. Yeah, funny enough movie. Nice, funny family comedy that I would recommend. The second movie I've watched, well, the second and third movies I've watched have actually got the same person, the same wrestler in. But the second movie was Eliminators, starring, I've got some bad news, Wade Barrett. Thought Wade Barrett was really, really good in this. I enjoyed it. And the third movie is I Am Vengeance, also starring Wade Barrett. I thought he was absolutely great in this. Really fit the part. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie personally. But yeah, those are the 3 movies I have been watching. What movie have I got coming up? I certainly want to watch the new Wicked movie, so Wicked for Good. Certainly want to watch the new Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I've got that on the movie watch list. So that's what I've got coming up. What movies have you guys got coming up? What movies do you recommend? Seeing we're coming to that time of year, what is your favorite Christmas movie? There are plenty to choose from. Home Alone, Miracle on 34th Street. Some people say it is or it isn't, but Die Hard. Kind of blanking right now. But for me personally, I think Home Alone is the God-mode Christmas movies, the Christmas movie you can watch again and again and again and again every single year, and it is still that good. Well, guys, let me know what is your favorite Christmas movie as you're coming up to that time of year. And speaking of that time of year, the big day, the big people's day, where the decorations are up, Christmas tree is all lit up, and you're going to want gifts, you're going to want presents underneath, and there's only one sought after, asked for gift this Christmas, and that is this right here. That is right. Protein T's Gold Bands 1. 2 weekly shout outs and a bonus one on as I induct you into the People's Wrestling Channel Hall Hall of Fame. So what that means is that's a big bonus shout out, but that would be one video done just for you, just for your channel. So head over right out to Protein Teas Goldman's One. As we now take a look, because there is no news and headlines, Sean isn't here, so of course no On Your Wrestling Soapbox, but we take a look at a certain notable date back when wrestling was good, back when wrestling was must-see, back when wrestling was at its highest, all those years ago. Take a look back at yesteryear and yesterday, and when time was good in wrestling with that is right. It is this week in wrestling history. Only one notable date this time, and that is the year was 2019. The date was November 24th, and the time that I'm speaking about is one second. Let me find the picture. Is when NXT joined the Survivor Series with Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. I think they should still do this. I think there's, I think it was in this kind of in this. There was a necessity, and they were kind of scrambling at the time because, if I remember rightly, all the main roster guys were stuck in Saudi, so they kind of had to do this. Yeah, Triple H thought on his feet and got the NXT guys up on the main roster, and what happened. It was like an invasion type of thing. So it hadn't been for the guys being stuck in Saudi, would this have even happened? Probably not. But I thought this was really, really good. The inclusion of NXT. Because remember Reigns, I think didn't Reigns versus Keith Lee. That was your final two. Your final two sole survivors, I believe. You've got Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole, maybe, for the NXT Championship on the card. But yeah, great times, really good times. Only 5-6 years ago now. NXT being involved with the Survivor Series. When we now take a look at today's wrestling, we now switch and laser focus to wrestling of 2025 with Wrestling Roundup. So, as always, we will start with AEW Full Gear. Let me very, very quickly just run through the pre-show. 0-hour tailgate party, whatever they want to call it now. So, I'll said it before, I'm going to say it again. You're getting value for money with AEW. You're getting 4 matches and build for the pay-per-view on the actual pre-show. You look at WWE's pre-show, whatever you want to call it, and I don't even think they do them anymore, do they? I don't know. But like the countdown, if they do anything before Survivor Series on tomorrow, it's going to mean nothing. They do nothing. They're just talking, and that is it. There's no match, there's no nothing. But for AEW, you're getting 4 matches and build for the pay-per-view. So, and one of those matches is a title match. So cool. So it was the Outrunners versus Bang Bang Gang as the People's Sun is shining in. I just have to shut the people's curtain. Give me a curtain call. So, the Outrunners versus Bang Bang Gang versus Big Bill and Keith Lee versus the Acclaimed. We're getting $200,000. My opinion is, if you're going to introduce money to a match to make it interesting, well, there you go. It's not really interesting to begin with, but a much needed win for the Bang Bang Gang. We then saw, I can't remember the actual match order. I mean, 1 second here, 1 second, guys. That was it. It was Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall defeating RPG Vice, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta. Cool. Much needed win for QT Marshall, I believe. And isn't AJ Boom defeated? If so, this creates more news and more headlines for AEW. So why not? Hook and Eddie Kingston very quickly knocked off the four horsemen, not at all. The work horsemen. This was just a quick, easy victory for Hook and Eddie Kingston, and that's all it was. And then it was El Sky team taking on the Don Callis family that bled over to the start of the pay-per-view. El Sky team retaining. Cool. Getting off the actual pay-per-view, it was Darby Allin one-on-one with Pac. Good match to kick things off. Really physical, and your winner taking on the winner share the money, winner chicken dinner all around was Pac. Yeah, that was the right call there. Yeah, the right call. I'm just going to just leave it at that and nothing more, I suppose. We then saw a fatal 4-way match. Timeless Love Bombs versus the Sisters of Sin versus the Babes of Wrath versus Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. This was an okay match, but could have easily been stuck on TV. Cool that Timeless Love Bombs won, and they're continuing the winning streak, or the winning ways, should I say, of Toni Storm, even though she's not champion. Speaking of champions, we've got new 12-time we got new 12-time AEW, or not AEW, but 12-time tag team champions and brand new AEW tag team champions, FTR. I would play kept the titles on Brodito for now, but yeah, good win for FTR. This was a good match here. Next up, it was excuse me, Ricochet winning a gauntlet match to claim the national championship. Again, the right call. This pushes the demand. I think Ricochet really deserves this, making him the new champion. Why not? I have zero problem with this. And your Ricochet dirty tactics, a heel, cheap, easy way out win to get it. So yeah, no problems whatsoever. We then had in a no-holds-bar match, Darby Allin going toe-to-toe with Jon Moxley. Good match, bloody match. Not the type you're going to see in WWE anytime soon, if ever. And Kyle O'Reilly making Jon Moxley tap, 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 tap. Yeah, big win for Kyle O'Reilly. I'm glad that Moxley's now putting more people over. But I don't know where this is going to lead to. Probably a rematch at World's End. We'll have to wait and see. Next up, your brand new TNT champion in a no DQ match. In another brutal, bloody affair. Mayhem, crazy, but Mark Briscoe did it and took home gold. That gold in there rested in his bag, hand raised high in victory, smile on his face, head held high. So yeah, big win for Mark Briscoe. I slightly thought in my predictions, I've said that go and look at my predictions, Kyle Fletcher would win. But yeah, big win for Mark Briscoe here. And like I said, one hell of a match. It was then for $1 million, the somewhere here. Oh, I was already on it. Okay. Kenny Omega and Josh gets breast taken on Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks finally did it. Finally took home a big cash prize. They really kind of needed to do it, but the story came after the match where the Dungally family beating down on Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks making the save, going back to being face. It looks like the Elite could be on the cards. Next up was one second. For the AEW Women's World Championship. Mercedes Moné challenging Chris Statlander for a 15th championship. This was a good match. I like that Mercedes doing the 14 consecutive suplexes. That was a cool, nice moment of the match. But, of course, still your AEW Women's World Champion, Chris Statlander. I'm glad they kept the title on Chris. 14 titles is ridiculous. 15 is even more ridiculous. So definitely the right call. And then your main event, Hangman and Page versus Samoa Joe in a steel cage match to the men's AEW World Heavyweight title. Yeah, what a brutal match. Just an absolute massacre. Like something I know out of a horror movie, something you're never, ever, 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 ever going to see in WWE. Whether Samoa Joe gets split open and cut open that much, I don't know. But your brand new two-time, let me say it again, two-time AEW World Champion. Might mean it's been 3-time now. I'm really not so sure. I feel like it's 3-time AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. So I thought Hangman was going to keep the title. So a big shocker, big victory, big win for Joe. And then we had a return of whose house? Swerve's house, Swerve Strickland. Excuse me. Coming back with brand new music that I don't really like. I don't really think it fits him, and you can't really do the Swerve When I Drive thing to that music. So it is what it is, but Swerve Strickland is back, and I'm going to give a rating to this pay-per-view of from mid-card to main event, but towards the main event level. Keeping with AEW, let's go to Dynamite. So we saw Carl Fletcher defeat and beat Okada. Big win for Carl Fletcher there. The Babes of Wrath over Sisters of Sin. John Moxley, 1, 2, 3 on Masquerado. Kevin Knight scoring big against Darby Allin, and Claudio Castagnoli putting away Orange Cassidy. And they give all of that just above a jobber, but still really nothing there that made me want to tune into SmackDown and not SmackDown. SmackDown's next. So, sorry guys, sorry about that. SmackDown is next for me to review. Nothing there that really made me want to tune into Dynamite. Sean has asked in the past, why don't I watch Dynamite? Well, this is why. Really just isn't for me. And from my personal opinion, in 11 months now, really nothing has happened. But let's move on to WWE and last week's SmackDown. Give me a second here. One second. 1 second. 1 second. One second, 1 second, 1 second. Bear with. Bear with. Bear with. We're with you in multiple seconds from now. So on last week's Friday Night SmackDown, we had the Vision, Logan Paul, come on out, Paul Heyman on the stick. The Usos came out, and Cody Rhodes got attacked in the back. Cool way to kick off SmackDown, obviously built up Survivor Series War Games. We then saw Ilya Dragunov retain the US Championship against JD McDonough. Good match here, good win for Ilya. Carmelo Hayes via countout defeated and beaten Bronson Reed. So cool way, great way of doing this. Carmelo Hayes gets a win. A countout victory doesn't really harm or affect Bronson, and Cody Rhodes costing Bronson the win. Also plays into War Games. DIY knocked off Fraxium. Cool. Penta in a first round match sent packing Finn Balor. Cool. And then to close out SmackDown, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte all came out. Then AJ Lee did, followed by Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, and Becky Lynch has joined the heel team. And we give SmackDown a rating of opener. On to Monday Night Raw in 1 second, guys. In 1 second. So on Monday Night Raw, it kicks off with the head of the table, the tribal chief, Hogan. Then Cody Rhodes came on out, followed by CM Punk. cool way to kick off Raw. And I do like that, as far as they're trying to build some sort of tension in the Cody Rhodes it's saying it's his team, and CM Punk saying, no, it's in fact my team. Gunther advanced into the semi-finals by knocking off Carmelo Hayes. Let's face it, Gunther's probably going to be the one to win this entire thing, but this is a good match. Dominic Mysterio came out, got on the stick, and then Mini Cena, John Wheeler came on out. So this was build heat and build a match for tomorrow night. I'm going to go over and predict in a second, guys. Rey Mysterio showed he still had it against JD McDonough. Cool, but why is JD taking so many losses? He took the loss in the six-man match last week on Raw, then on SmackDown, then on Raw this week. Okay. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors came on out, and AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, and Io Sky did. Brawl basically hypes the match. Solo Sequoia, by referee stoppage, advances. Unfortunately, because Penta is injured. Looks like he's out with a shoulder injury. So this is not good. Good that Solo's advanced. That's cool. But not good that Penta's injured. Penta is one of my favorites. I do like him. So he could be out for a number of months, a year. Who knows? Get well soon. Speedy recovery. Penta. And then in your main event on Raw, we're there already. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul in an advancing match scored the W against the Usos. Cool. We then had Brock Lesnar coming out and slip on his ass for the world to see, botching on his entrance, botching on his pyro. This was probably the best bit about Raw. Just so funny. I'm going to give Raw also a opener as we go on to NXT to the T. Gold Rush Week 2, Night 2. We saw Jackson Drake retain against Shawn Legacy, and I've got a picture to fix here. Give me 1 second. One second, guys. 1 second. So yes, JD Drake retained. I thought the title was going to change hands here. I thought Shawn Legacy was definitely going to be walking away. You're a brand new Evolved champion, but it just didn't happen. It didn't go down that way. Two pieces of gold for Fatal Influence. I think Fallon Henley, ever since she joined Fatal Influence, has really worked out well for her. It's been nothing but gold. Lei Ying Lee also picked up a little bit of gold because she sent for an early shower. Kalani Jordan and Jordan Grace is your brand new Knockouts Women's World Champion. A big and massive win for the former Xia Li, Lei Ying Lee. The Knockout title is back in TNA. Kendall Gray is still your Evolve Women's Champion. Okay. At points, I did think that Lady Reed was going to walk out champion. Obviously, it just didn't happen like that. And before we get to our main event at Deadline next Saturday, it will be Claudia Jordan versus Kendall Gray versus Jordan Grace versus Sol Ruka versus Levice. And then you've got Miles Bourne versus Dion Lennox versus Javon Evans versus Joe Henry versus somebody else. Oh, Leon Slater. Both of those Iron Survivor matches. And in your main event, Miles Bourne, biggest win of his career against Trick Williams. Is Trick now done with NXT? Should he move up to the main roster? I think he probably should. But I'm also giving NXT a opener. As we move on to the final segment here, but before that, let me go ahead and play this right here. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Technical difficulties, as always, with stream. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. My apologies. So what I was trying to play, might have played, I didn't play on my end, but I was trying to play was indeed this. That is right, go ahead, like and subscribe. We get into the final segment. Get that mind working with that is right, some predictions, because it is tomorrow. It is indeed and I thought I got the picture, guys. I probably deleted it, unfortunately. I have, but it will be Survivor Series games. So no picture, but we know what the card is. So it will be the Women's World Championship. Stephanie Fakir defending against Nikki Bella. I think Stephanie retains here. Nikki has just become just another woman on the roster, and she said this is her final run. Wouldn't shock me if this is her final match. It will be for the men's Intercolor Championship with John Cena defending against Dominic Mysterio. I think this is Dominic winning it back, unfortunately. I think Cena should keep it. Makes his final match even bigger. You think what he loses here and then he's going to lose in 2 weeks. I think that makes his final match quite meaningless. We all know that Gunther's probably going to beat him anyway. And very quickly, me personally, I think is Cena's whole farewell tour hasn't really gone the best, quite badly booked. I think all of it has just been just to do it. So the heel turn, Cena versus Orton, Cena versus Truth, Cena versus Punk, Cena versus Leonard, Cena versus Styles, the winning the IC title, all of that is just to do it. But there we are, that's my feelings there. Women's War Games, you've got Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and Kabuki Warriors taking on AJ Lee, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. I think the face women's team pick up the victory here. Not that winning War Games really actually matters in the long run, but there we are. I think the face women's team picks up the victory here. And then the men's War Games, you've got the head of the table, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos taking on Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and The Vision. Do you need your predictions in, guys? I want to hear from you what you think was going to go down and happen at Survivor Series War Games. But I think the heel team will win the men's War Games. Let me know, you guys, what you think. Also, does Chris Jericho return? Get those comments in, get those predictions in very, very quickly here. As I'm going to be closing out right about now. So I will see you guys next week. Well, no, actually, no, I will see you guys tomorrow for my Survivor Series War Games watch along. Hopefully, a Wrestle Crate unboxing also in store. We'll have to wait and see. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. So make sure to like and subscribe. That again, like and subscribe. And as always, always remember that it's Ricky J bringing a British bite to the